Hello all, Olin here. Let's talk a little bit about issue 13, Trail of Shadows for the Secret World, shall we? As with all other issues, this has the standard pricing. It's 1,200 Funcom points for the base game, 3,000 Funcom points for the collector's edition, or if you can only afford the base one now and want to upgrade later, there's an upgrade cost of 1,800 Funcom points. That works out to be about $10 US for the base, 25 for the collectors, or the upgrade plus the base is a total of 25 US dollars. Now, the collector's edition gives you some fun stuff. It has this whole Ricky Pagan outfit here. There is the little headset from what's his name, Yuichi, over in Tokyo, as well as Harumi's headphones that are under there. You can't quite see them, but that's a little microphone there. And coolest of all, there is Ricky Pagan's boombox. Oops, right click. So, yay, that's like all these other fun ones, you hit the button and it plays the music, and it works just like the boombox from the mission, actually. So, pretty cool stuff. Now, also, like with all the other issues, there is what you have to pay in order to play through, and then the free stuff you get. Now, the free stuff in this installment basically equates to be some PvP changes. Initially, this issue was talked about by the devs as being the PvP issue. They've recently sort of backed off on that and mentioned that, yes, there is going to be a lot of PvE content here, but at least the free stuff in this issue is actually going to be pretty much almost all PvP content, really. All we have right now is some changes to the established little PvP minigames, right? So they've changed Stonehenge and El Dorado. Initially, like what used to happen is on the map, everyone always had the same starting positions, and some people were like, oh, this one's better, blah blah blah. Now the starting positions are randomized each time. Same goes for El Dorado, and more importantly, used to be you had these preferred uniform types and you were stuck with them for the entire match. So let's say you're like, okay, I want to be DPS in PvP. You'd sort of queue up as a DPS in PvP and you'd be stuck with that uniform, which gives you some considerable buffs, actually. And then you'd be stuck with it. So, hey, you just have an entire team of DPSs and no one really set up to be a healer or a tank. You were kind of in trouble. Now, you can actually, they have a mechanic where you can change the uniform that you're wearing during the match when you're at your spawn point, which is really cool. That happens pretty much everywhere. And then El Dorado has the mechanic for El Dorado is basically you recover relics and then you hold them for a certain amount of time. If you hold all 4 relics, you would get there was like a 2-minute countdown timer, and if you were holding all the relics at the end of 2 minutes, yay, your team won, yay. But it used to be you got buffs for having the relics, and if you planted the relics nearby, you had this overlapping crazy buff. Well, now that buff has been turned into a debuff, so you'll take like an increasing amount of damage over time, or your sort of mitigation has been reduced over time, basically, the longer you hold a relic. And then if you plant the relics, like there's no debuff for the first relic, but then every relic past that gives you I believe 5% debuff to pretty much everything: your max hit points, your damage, your healing, all sorts of stuff. So it's I think it's a nice change, but if I'm showing you some footage of me in PvP, you'll see I'm not really that good at PvP in the Secret World, and I'm like at Battle Rank 0, so I may not have the clearest view of PvP in the Secret World, but on the surface it looks like a pretty good change. Now that's all. Later on in the sort of second half of issue 13, there is going to be an entirely new scenario, basically. It's going to be the Shambhala, right, which is actually not going to be the classic faction versus faction versus faction. It's going to be just 2 sides, 10 people each side, last man standing, just craziness. The little timetable for each one, it's going to be like a 5-minute time for the match. Should be quick and fun, and seems like it might be interesting. I'm looking forward to trying it anyway. However, the paid version of issue 13, the paid content, is, well, it's a story arc, basically. It takes place in Tokyo, and it's all sorts of fun. Let's head there now, shall we? So issue 13's mission content is all here in Tokyo, and it's split up into two chunks. There's a standalone mission here with Ricky Pagan called the Chrome Steed. There's an achievement in that one that'll let you have his bike as a sprint customization. And then there is a story arc down here with Harumi and Yuichi. Now, their arc starts here with Neuromancy and the Art of Making Friends. That's a bit of a reference to Harumi's hacker name, which is Neuromancer Queen. So, yay. There's about 4 parts to this arc, I believe. The developers have said that they wanted to go dark with this. I haven't played through, so I couldn't really say if they succeeded or not, but fingers crossed. I'm really hoping. I love when this game gets creepy, and there have been some really creepy things in Tokyo, to be honest. This arc also has at least one investigation mission, so not all alone together, but one of the missions in the arc is an investigation mission. They've said it's not supposed to be that hard, but you know, they know people like it, so they put it in there. They didn't want to like completely block progress in the arc, but it's there, and chances are when I play through it, it's going to take me forever and a half, because I love them, but I suck at them so much. Now, there's a couple of things they added to the game that weren't specifically linked to issue 13, but were included in the same update, so I'll mention them. They added a really dopey looking jump animation to the athlete sprint customization. I mean, look at that. That's just silly. They changed the icon for the athlete. They've added a couple new sprints to the game. One, they added a Ninja Run animation, which is really cool. I've seen video of it. It looks a lot like the Ninja Run animation from City of Heroes, which I loved, and I wish I had the Funcom points for it. They've added in a gifting feature to the store, so that's pretty nifty. And they added a sprint customization that is linked to gifting things to someone 5 times. It's a little rainbow trail run. Now, as far as the gifting items go, it's kind of simple. You go to your friends list, select someone from your friends list, and then just buy something for them. Currently, right now, it's kind of limited. There's no clothing options. You can't gift them an issue, and you don't get your subscriber or grandmaster discount on the stuff that you buy for them. But it's cool. You can gift stuff. It's mostly like boosts and stuff like that, and the little grab bags, which is nice. Not perfect, but they're going to be expanding that, so I'm looking forward to eventually being able to gift people, you know, things like issues and clothes and fantastic stuff like that, because those are fun. It'd be nice to gift them to folks, right? That's pretty much it as far as issue 13's first chunk goes. Coming up, well, there's the Shambhala update, like I mentioned. I really hope that does well for the PvP folks. They're also adding in some PvP-specific signets, glyphs, and gadgets as rewards for Shambhala, which hopefully that's all cool. They really need to test that, so head on over to Test Live and try that out. There is still the Dungeon Finder in the works. Apparently there were some weird bugs with that, but that is also on Test Live, so go and check it out. Iron out bugs, because, you know, if we're going to get a Dungeon Finder, I would like it to be a good Dungeon Finder, right? They're also, apparently, according to a massively overpowered article, adding in a bunch of side stories to Tokyo. The wording in the article was a little bit vague. Sounded like they might be free to everyone. I would expect they're just going to be things that you have to have purchased issue 13 to access, but you never know. But so yeah, a bunch of Tokyo side story missions, or not side story, side missions, right? But yeah, that's pretty much it for issue 13 as far as I'm aware. I might have missed something. If I did, let me know. What do you guys think of issue 13 so far? It seems like it should be pretty cool. I'm looking forward to the rest of the PvP changes. I want to check out Shambhala. I like PvP. I just kind of suck at it in this game. And you know, to be honest, I haven't played the missions yet, so my opinion might change a little bit on this issue, but so far, so good. It looks pretty nice. Hitting on a number of the characters that I really enjoy, like Harumi, Yuichi. There's that cool new robot as a contact that I showed you just a bit ago. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, folks. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully this was informative. And till next time, folks. Later.
This unit is designated Security 5. is Ricky Pagan's bike.
Ho! Hoo-yah!